The following is not suitable for children under the age of 18. This show contains my own personal views and coarse language, with sexual themes that are all directed for entertainment purposes only. Welcome to the Sky Genie Show, the absolute worst show ever. This is episode number 18. You can check us out on various platforms at our website, skygenieshow.weebly.com. There you'll find show archives of past shows, as well as bloopers, extras, as well as my own wishful thinking blog posts. Those you'll find exclusive, with some topics and thoughts that I don't make on the show, and it's totally free to go to. On Facebook, the Sky Genie Show page. There you can join in discussions with whatever you want to talk about in pro wrestling, or on the show, or whatever. I'm pretty much freelance. But if you're a douchebag, I kick you out, or I don't accept you. Either way. On Twitter, I'm at DD916. There, I give show updates of what's going on with the show, with recordings. If I go to announce something, I usually announce it on Twitter. On Instagram, it's SkyGenie_1988. Also check out shows like Wrestling Soup, who are on 9:30 on Thursdays every week, as well as on Saturday, the Saturday morning shitbox, and WWE pay-per-view Sundays. They recap the pay-per-views. On the same channel is the Don Tony Kevin Castle show, who does a podcast after every Raw every Monday. Other shows to check out: Get in the Corner. That's DA, Da Corner. That's on 9 o'clock every Wednesday, with Yuck Nasty and Dogger Baby. On Podbean, check out Solomonster Sounds Off, who drops an episode every Sunday and even does extras on his YouTube channel. All these you can check out on Stitcher and iTunes and various other places, and be sure to check them out. I'd like to wish a happy Thanksgiving to all the people out there. Now, I myself don't actually celebrate it, but I know the people that listen to this do, so happy Thanksgiving to you all. For those wondering about Genie Jr, last episode I kind of said he got kidnapped by a postman, and well, for an update, he's absolutely fine. He's right here, he's in his room, sleeping with the llama. He is a special boy. After the break, there'll be news and reviews. This show is brought to you by alcohol, for when you want to get drunk off your ass and have ugly people look attractive. Are you a recovering alcoholic? Then what a way to celebrate your sobriety by drinking. Note, relapses are your fucking problem. The following is because of a bet I lost to Rusty Outdate. And he wants to make a movement, a women's movement, for their right to voice and have a vote. Rusty, you do know that this has already happened, right? You do realise that. Bet's a bet. If you support this right, then please march in your town square about this. Rusty, you know people would probably get arrested for this, for something that's already happened, right? Anywho, anyone still living in the 1950s, please do this. Otherwise, for the rest of us in 2016 have already known this has happened, continue your life. And we are back. New Japan Pro Wrestling World Tag Leagues, Day 3. Kawato versus Kane Mitsu. This was a rematch from their first match on Day 1. And this was a really good match, probably better than their first one. Really good, solid match. Really stiff shots, and Kane Mitsu wins again in this, and that's that. We then have an 8-man tag team match with Jushin Liger, Tiger Mask, Yuji Nagata, and Shibata versus Billy Gunn, Yoshitatsu, Dave Finlay, and Kushida. This was great, but nothing fancy, nothing special. The winning team was Jushin Liger, Tiger Mask, Yuji Nagata, and Shibata. We then had a 6-man tag team match. Makabe, Hanma, and Taguchi versus Bushi, Sanada, and Evil. And this was a good match. Kept you wanting more. Sanada got the win with the rear naked choke. I wonder if these guys are getting a push in the future, as I could see him going for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. A very good showing by Sanada in this match. We then had another 8-man tag team match. Bullet Club versus Chaos. Bullet Club had Bad Luck Fale, Bone Soldier, Chase Owens, and Kenny Omega versus Okada, Goto, Ishii, and Yoshihashi. This was a really good match. This could easily have been a main event match, but obviously they got the World Tag League, so obviously it's going to be in the middle of the card, but it was a really good match to end this part of it because they went to intermission after this. Yeah. Chaos wins this match. And as I said, they went to intermission. In between, they had some contest where Kushida came out and some Asian chick. They were giving away shirts and prizes. I guess it was a raffle or something. And then they went to intermission. After it, they went straight into the tournament with the A block. It was Hangman Page and Takahashi of Bullet Club versus Hane and Nakahashi. I probably said that wrong, but who cares? Anyway, this was a pretty good match. I'm not usually high up on Adam Page in a lot of his matches, but he has been pretty good. He was pretty good here. Maybe his best role is in a tag team with somebody, because he really shined in this match. And then we had Brian Breaker and Leland Race versus the Guerrillas of Destiny. On day one, I was pretty down on this team and I didn't think they were good at all. In this match, they stepped up their game a lot, and it was a really enjoyable match. Guerrillas of Destiny went over to advance in the tournament. We then had Tanahashi and Juice Robinson versus War Machine. This was a really good, fun match. A nice little solid brawl. War Machine, a badass powerhouses. I mean, they look like they could fuck you up. And if you think about the Ascension in WWE, this is what they should look like. Not the shitty thing they are now in WWE, but and really good solid match. And War Machine go over. We then get to the main event and Tenzan and Kojima versus Naito and Rush. This was a really good main event match. Tenzan and Kojima aren't going to be good in the ring because they've past their prime. I mean, these guys are around in the 90s, possibly maybe early 80s, going through the 90s to now. However, they still tell a good story of with their selling in the ring, and they did that pretty good here. Tenzan and Kojima go over Naito and Rush to advance, and overall with the show, I thought it was a good show, nothing blow away, but really, really good show. SC Scoops is reporting that American Express is suing TNA Wrestling. TNA reportedly owe $296,049.50 on their bill. There was a summons served to a receptionist at the old TNA offices, which TNA was evicted from months earlier. TNA, since that time, have not responded to this lawsuit, and the American Express are moving to have them win by default. TNA have apparently failed to report the change of address with the US Postal Service after being evicted. TNA have an authorized agent in Chattanooga, but the American Express's court filings show no mention of this at all, and neither is their current whereabouts of their offices, which is their TNA merchandise warehouse. The gist of the American Express's request for a default judgment that the deadline to respond has expired, and that TNA did not move for an extension, and that TNA had not yet responded by November 2nd, which when the motion was written. American Express claimed they should get the money by default. In one of the exhibits filing by American Express is TNA's billing statement of May, the month of which the account was cancelled. New charges consist of late fees, $577.88 for being late paying off a $9,327.08 balance on one of TNA CFO Dean Broadhead's two corporate company cards, $7,233.15 for being late from a $241,911.39 balance on the corporate card of Shane Emerson, who served as TNA's Director of International Content and Distribution and Live Events. On top of that, because of cancellation, a portion of annual membership fee was credited back on every card. TNA had 11 cards distributed to 11 employees, with Bromhead, Emerson, Dixie Carter each having 2. Of the 9 who had cards, 2 are now gone from the company. Eric Barnes, who handled media relations, and Tyson Sienkiewicz, I couldn't read the name, TNA's Director of Information Technology. Tyson is now the Chief Information Officer of Skyway Studios, where TNA does post-production. Others with corporate cards were Serge Solias, Dixie's husband, and John Gaborik, talent relations, and also Bob Ryder for travel. I don't know about you, but TNA look fucked. And now for day 4 of the World Tag Leagues for New Japan Pro Wrestling. This was like day 2 was broken up with B Block, so we'll get right into it. Bad Luck Fale and Bone Soldier of Bullet Club faced Evil and Sonata. I thought this match was kind of boring all the way through. Nothing really exciting happened. Sonata got his finisher in on Bad Luck Fale and got the win. We then had Billy Gunn and Yoshitatsu versus Makabe and Honma. And this was an okay, passable match. I wouldn't say it was the greatest. It's not really something I'd go my way to watch again, but it was there. We then had Goto and Ishii versus Kenny Omega and Chase Owens. This is where it sort of picked up a bit. At the start, Omega was accompanied by Hangman Page and Takahashi. They attacked Goto and Ishii at the start and got ejected, and they were pretty much sent out. This match was really an awesome, fun match. Kenny Omega is really on the top of his game here, and the fact that he's going for the championship at Wrestle Kingdom, he pretty much deserves it at this point. Could he be one of the few people that goes from junior heavyweight to heavyweight champion? Time will tell. We then get to the main event with Okada and Yoshihashi versus Yuji Nagata and Shibata. And this was a really good action-packed match and really worthy of a main event. After a really brutal hard-fought match, Okada and Yoshihashi get the win for this match. Overall, the first 2 matches weren't great, but the second 2 were actually absolutely brilliant. And now for Ring of Honor. November 19, 2016. We open up with Silas Young versus Kyle O'Reilly. After a good back-and-forth good match, Kyle O'Reilly is the winner. After the match, Kevin Kelly interviews Silas Young, who berates the fans, and especially a guy dressed up in a Jushin Liger costume. He calls him a coward, and at Final Battle, he will beat him like the coward that he is. We then cut to a promo of Jay Lethal, cutting a promo on the debuting Cody Rhodes, be debuting at Final Battle. We then go to a video package of the Motor City Machine Guns talking about their careers and also wanting to still be as good as the Bullet Club. We then cut to a promo of the Addiction about their match with the Briscoes, who are having a match next week. We then cut to a backstage segment with Colt Cabana and Dalton Castle. Colt Cabana is talking about how their team needs to win. Dalton Castle is upset that he doesn't have his boys. Cabana tells him to pick 2 guys, and camera pans away, and it happens to be a lineup of boys for Dalton Castle. He picks 2 and goes to the ring. Colt Cabana and Dalton Castle team up against 2 jobbers, who they squash in a match. Kevin Castle, after the match, grabs a mic and says how they need to work from the bottom to get to the top in the tag team division. Colt Cabana grabs the mic and says that they need to go their separate ways. Colt Cabana goes to leave, but Dalton Castle calls him back to hug it out. Cabana goes to hug it out, then hits him with a low blow, turning heel. He beats up the boys and starts stabbing Dalton Castle in the eye with you know when you get like one of those feather things, and it's like the pointy end and starts stabbing people with. It was one of those. Dalton Castle starts bleeding and he leaves. And in the main event, the Kingdom versus CMLL. This was a really good match. I wouldn't say it was a main event worthy, but it was a really good match here. Went by pretty quick, and the Kingdom goes over here. Overall, with the show, it was pretty average, but everything was leading to the next pay-per-view, which is Final Battle. And that is Ring of Honor for this week. And that'll be it for this episode of the Sky Genie Show. Please like and subscribe to my channel. And if you can, please donate. Your donations go towards improving audio quality and pretty much everything of the show. Just go to the home page of my YouTube account and you'll find a little box there that says donate. Otherwise, this show will remain free. Thank you for listening.